my queens, welcome to my channel. So if you have come to this channel for the first time, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Doc Monet. I'm a life transformation strategist. I help women from the ages of 40 and above to transform their lives, and not only that, to also learn how to get back on their feet again. So if you have come to this channel for the first time, know that this is what I do. And if you would like to know more about what I do, I suggest that you go and watch my first video and my second video. My first video, I introduce myself and I'm telling you who I am and what I do. My second video is why we're here today. My second video, I'm talking to you about the topics that we are going to cover on this channel. So why are we covering these topics? The reason is okay, the reason is as women we are really trying to find ourselves, trying to find our space, more especially trying to find who we are, because I've came to realize that as women sometimes we are a little bit confused and we don't know who we are, and that's the reason why we cannot even help ourselves, or maybe sometimes we find ourselves doubting who we are because we really don't know who we are. You might be watching this video and maybe you are one of the women who says, I don't know who I am. I don't even know where to start to find who I am. I really don't know who I am. And that's something that we take for granted, right? If you ask someone, who are you? The first thing that they're going to tell you is their name, okay? And maybe the age and where they come from. But now, in this channel, I want us to dig deep. I want us to really get to understanding ourselves as women, because there's a lot of how can I put it? There's a lot of things that have diverted us from understanding us, from understanding who we are as individuals and as women. We are being told who we are without us knowing who we are or trying to even find out who we are. And when we are being told who we are taking that as a fact, and we started to act the way that we are being told this is who we are. So we need to dig deep. We need to get to the understanding of who we are. It's very important, because how are you going to navigate life if you don't know yourself? How are you going to be able to solve issues of life if you don't know yourself as a woman? There's a lot of talks that we hear from other genders like women are sensitive, women are emotional, right? And many more. Women cannot do things that men can do. Women are not as strong as men. Women cannot do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and women always need help. Women always need someone to help them. There's a level of truth there, but it's not the entirely the truth, okay? If I may put it that way. So, as women, yes, we need help there and there, but we are capable and we are able to do our thing. Just because you're a woman, it doesn't mean you are not able. And when it comes to the emotions that we are always being patronized about, understand that as a woman, you are born like that. You are emotional, but your emotions does not show weakness. No, you are emotional because you are a woman, and your emotions go where they're supposed to be. It's not like everything you're going to act emotional and irrational, because this thing of women are emotional start to make us, or let me rather say, other people start to take us for weakness. We are weak because we are emotional. Being emotional is not weak. Showing your emotions is not weak. And just think about it. You cannot just go everywhere and show your emotions, right? You only show emotions where you need to do that. And that is not wrong. Well, I'm not here to talk about our emotions, but I was just showing you how other people who don't understand a woman and the power of the woman, or the power that a woman possesses, make mistakes of understanding us as women. And sometimes it's because we are also confused, and we are giving mixed signal to such an extent that people start not knowing us as women. Who is a woman, right? Who are you as a woman? So, on this channel, I want us to dig deep. I want us to get to the root cause, or the bottom of who are you as a woman, right? Do you know yourself? Do you take everything that people say you are and apply it? Is that what you do? If that's what you do, then you need to stop. And how are you going to stop? You're going to stop because now you are going to educate yourself. You are going to realize who you are. You are going to understand your powers. You are going to understand what you are made of. Because on this channel, we are going to take everything that has been, blocking you from knowing yourself, from understanding yourself, to bringing clarity of who you are as a woman. So today we are going to address, if you went to the second video that I posted, you will know what we are talking about. But today we are going to cover who you are. You yourself. Who are you? That's what we are covering today, right? So, you yourself, when I start saying yourself, I'm now talking about everything that makes you who you are. Everything that makes you who you are. If someone comes and say, hey, you, that person is talking to you because that person has pointed you out. So you, this word you, has power, because everything that says you speaks about you and who you are, right? So the you is something that we need to iron out. And while we're doing that, we are killing the confusion of a woman. This thing of, I don't know who I am, I'm confused about who I am, and you allow other people to tell you who you are, and you start to take that as a fact and apply it in your life. That's wrong. You need to know that you are an individual, and you need to know that you are a woman, and as a woman you are different from other genders, and your differences does not mean you are weak. You are not weak. It's because you have not taken time to understand who you are, to learn about yourself as a woman, right? So you, let's go back to you. You are a woman. What makes you a woman? What makes you a woman is a lot of things. Besides your gender, you are born a woman. But when your parents, or when your mother rather, gave birth to you, there were no elements that came to play a role in making you who you are as a woman. Nothing was written on your gender, on how you need to act, how you need to behave, how you need to carry yourself. All these things comes with the people who are nurturing us, who are helping us to grow, the environment that we live in, the people that we watch and want to become. Everything that you are today was written on you somehow. So when people start to say, know yourself as a woman, you must act like a woman. What these people don't understand is a lot of elements that makes you who you are. You cannot act like a woman if you were not taught how to act like a woman. What is acting like a woman to start with? Right? Now, when we talk acting like a woman, we are talking norms. Ne? Norms, so societal norms, right? Society expect you to be this woman. Society expect you to dress like in such a way, or in a certain way. Society expect you to carry yourself in a certain way. Society places rules on you on how to sit, how to walk, how to dress, how to speak, how to, all the things that society expect a woman to do. Society expect you to get married in a certain age, to have a child in a certain age, to have a job in a certain age, to live in a certain environment at a certain age. We have this thing of you can't be at home when you are old. According to society will even tell you what old is. Okay, so you cannot have a certain relationship when you are a woman. When you are a woman, you need to carry yourself in a certain way. Otherwise, society is going to judge you. So, those are elements, some of the elements that makes a woman who she is. Some of these elements are so toxic and rob you as a woman from understanding and knowing yourself. That's why yourself is so contaminated. That's why yourself is so distorted. You cannot understand yourself because there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of elements that comes in and tell you who you are, what to do and what not. And hey, there's a lot. There's a lot. So when you find a woman who's still struggling to understand who they are, understand that you cannot just sleep today and tomorrow you know who you are as a woman. There's a lot of things that have impacted your understanding of self. Positive and negative things. So, that's why we need to go back and learn about ourselves as women. You need to understand who you are as a woman, right? So, who you are as a woman, as I said, can be impacted by a lot of things. So today I'm going to touch on two elements and factors that make you who you are. Okay. Your thoughts. Let's start there. Your thoughts. There's a saying in my language, I am Motswana, and there's a saying in Setswana that says, you are never alone. ga o mongwe gantsi go na le batho kgotsa monagano wa gago o e leng gore o phela o ntse o na le wena ka dinako tsotlhe. That means you are never alone. There's always your thoughts that accompany you. So remember that you are who you think you are. You are going to behave the way you thinking you are. You know, your thought also goes with your perception of self. How do you perceive yourself? So it starts there. It starts with your thoughts. Who do you think you are? Even some people will even ask you this question, who do you think you are? Don't talk to me like that. Who do you think you are, right? So who do you think you are? Now when you're sitting alone on your own, you are accompanied by your thoughts. There's also this saying that says in Setswana, "O bua ka pelo." That simply means you are talking from the heart. Now, when you talk from the heart, that means you are accompanied by your thoughts, right? So your thoughts are very important. What you are thinking about, you are becoming that you are thinking about. So never ever underestimate your thoughts. Never ever think you are just thinking and then nothing will happen. It was just a thought. That's why it's important to also, assess your thoughts. Assess the conversation you're having with your thoughts. Be mindful of what you're thinking about when it comes to yourself. How do you think yourself to be? When you think of yourself, what do you think you are? Who are you in your thoughts? Because when you think of who you are, we are going to see you act what you think, because it's now in your thoughts. When you think yourself as a successful woman, you are going to act like one, right? When you think yourself as a woman with bad lucks, with all those kind of things that does not work in your favor, we are going to see you acting that way. Even your movement is going to tell us that you're not happy, because you're not going to walk shoulders out, you're going to walk shoulders dropped. Right? So you see how your thoughts are important, because they form who you are and who you become, right? There's also something that affects women most of the time, and that is stress. When you start stressing, it begins in your thought, right? That's where it starts, because you are thinking about things that cause this stress. You are playing the record over and over and over and over and over and over again about what happened to you that had hurt you, or something that you don't like. So this is important to understand that your thoughts play a role in who you are and who you become. You cannot be who you are without thinking. No. You have to think it in order for you to become it. So this is not something that we were taught, right? That our thoughts are very important. And as a woman, you need to understand that when you start thinking that you are less powerful. Because remember, it starts in your thoughts. You are thinking about it before you can even become it. I am unable. I cannot do it. Only men can do it. I cannot do it alone. I need people who can help me to do this. Because me on my own, I'm a woman. I'm weak. There's no way that I can do this job. I am weak. I will need someone to help me. So most women have normalized their weakness. You don't even try to do things because you already have told yourself that you are weak. You cannot do it. And that's where the problem comes in. You already told yourself that you are weak. So how are you going to carry out the job that you already have told yourself that you are weak to do? How are you going to solve issues of life that you are confronted by when you have already told yourself that, no, I'm weak. I cannot do this. I need help. Well, there's nothing wrong in needing help. There are some issues that will require you to find help, okay? But most of the time, women just, I don't know, some women, not all women, some women feel like they are fragile, okay? They're fragile. I cannot be a single mother. I need a partner. I cannot be a train driver. It's only for men. I cannot do gardening. It's a man's job. I cannot paint the house. It's a man's job. I cannot raise these children on my own because their father is not here or he left me with them. So I need a father figure. I need someone who can help me to raise these children because I'm a woman. I cannot do it alone. Who said that? Who said that? You told yourself that. You see now the conversation that you are having with yourself that can also cause harm. That can disrupt your power as a woman. All this, when you start to take an action, that means you have thought about that action, and now you have to put that action into play. That action must now play out. So, a lot of things are not happening in your life because you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you are capable of. You don't know what you are able of or able to do because you never took time to do it. Right? You never took time to understand yourself. And sometimes there have not been issues or situation in your life that had forced you to become someone that you never thought you would become. Sometimes situations help us because the situation will force you to be strong whether you like it or not. And you're gonna take it because there's no way that you're gonna just say, I'm giving up. Sometimes you don't even have the option to give up. You're just gonna have to be in that fire and burn. And after burning, you're gonna come out very nice. You're gonna come out understanding your strength, the strength that you have, taken for granted, the strength that you thought you don't have. There's situations in your life that's going to teach you that. So, today I wanted us to cover the you, but in covering this, we only have covered point number one, which is yourself. There's more to come, and I want you to follow this channel, subscribe to this channel, because if you are not, you are going to miss out and you will never learn about yourself as a woman. So I know that you want to learn about yourself as a woman. So I am here to help you as a woman, as I'm helping myself. And you know, from being experienced as a woman, I have experienced challenges in my life. Challenges that had forced me to be strong. Challenges where I cannot say, I'm going to run away, I'll come back tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow things will be better. No. I had to dance in that fire. And you know, dancing in that fire where no one can pull you out, you dance until the song is complete or finished. So, when you come out like a fine diamond or gold. Believe me. So, I am also on TikTok, where I do my motivation, inspiration, and some talks to women on how women can grow and develop and transform their lives. So if you also want to check my TikTok, you can go. My handle is Life Transformation Strategist _Docmone. So I always post videos on my TikTok, Life Transformation Strategist _Docmone. Docmone is DOCMONE. 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 Right? So, if you want to see my work, you can go to just check my TikTok, and then you will see my work there. But the reason why I am here is because I can't speak this lengthy with you or this long with you, because the TikTok time is limited. So I wanted to have space where I can have more time with you and talk to you relaxed and talk as long as I would love to talk to you, right? So that's why I have created this channel. This channel is for women. So if you are a woman 40 and above, and you are saying you want to transform your life, you want to see yourself changed, and you want to see that change in your life, remember that this channel is for you. Maybe you are also having some issues in your personality. Don't worry, because we are covering all that, and that's why we are starting with the you. Okay, understanding you yourself. So I am covering all things, your personality, and how you can understand yourself and be able to be strong again, be able to fall, or rather be able to be back on your feet again, you know, from the wagon that you have fall off, to climb on that wagon again. Right? So I am going to cover topics that are very thoughtful, mindful, and helpful to you as a woman. That's why I'm saying subscribe to this channel, so that you can learn while I'm also learning from you. Okay? So let's meet again on my second video, where we are still covering elements and factors making the woman and breaking the woman. Right? So this is part 1 and 1 of part 1. So our 1 of part 1 is you as an individual, yourself. So On the next video, we are going to cover part 2 of elements, factors that makes a woman, that makes you. So make sure that you are going to watch the second video after this video, because we are covering important, very important topics that you have not heard from nowhere but on this channel. Okay, so let's meet again on my next video. Thanks for watching this video.